As you saw in the video, we're on a hunt for clues that would help us deal with students in our class that have specific behavioral needs. Our book, The Behavior Code, A Practical Guide to Understanding and Teaching the Most Challenging Students, is one tool in that hunt. The basis of our book is the FAIR plan. It includes 4 parts. Functional hypothesis of behavior, which means tracking the behavior and looking for patterns. Accommodations to the environment, curriculum, and skills development. Developing interactive strategies such as relationship building, connecting with the students, and following up. Response strategies means tracking what the teacher does after each incident. Key to the success of this plan is the gathering of information using something called ABC documentation or an ABC chart. There are 3 parts to this. We need to identify the antecedent. What happens immediately before the behavior? Then we need a description of the behavior and the consequences. What happens immediately after the behavior? So now, let's continue on our hunt for clues and take a look at what these behaviors might look like in the classroom and how the FAIR plan comes into play.
All right, boys and girls, I have some things I need passed out for science. Ty, would you like to pass out the paper towels?
I want to pass out the Petri dishes.
Well, if you pass out the paper towels for me right now, I can have you pass out the Petri dishes later.
Pass them out yourself.
I'll pass them out.
The teacher's job is to determine if Ty's behavior is caused by an underlying anxiety. There are 7 signs that would indicate that Ty suffers from an anxiety-related behavior. They are inflexibility, changes in behavior, inconsistent behavior, avoidance, a desire to control, or perfectionism. Within this group of anxiety-related behaviors, there are a variety of disorders, including generalized anxiety disorder, phobias, separation anxiety disorder, panic disorder, OCD, and PTSD. After identifying the specific disorder, the teacher implements some of the following strategies. All of the strategies include a look at the ABC plan, identifying the antecedent, the behavior, and the consequences. And then in this case, specifically looking at whether a calming box or space might assist the student. This could include objects such as weighted items or items to comfort the student that would be appropriate for the specific age group. Providing a natural breaking point rather than an artificial one allows the student to transfer at a natural breaking point instead of when the class period's over or at the end of a certain set time. It is also helpful to provide formalized behavior options to encourage self-monitoring. This could be pictures for the lower levels or written options for the older students. For instance, could be moving into a new space or taking a break. In the lower levels, this could be pictures depicting the options, or in the case of high school or higher levels, it might be those options written out. Let's revisit Ty's science classroom now.
Okay, boys and girls, it's time to put your books away for science. Ty, remember how I asked you earlier to pass out the paper towels? Will you do that for me right now? Thank you. girls, it's time for math. Go ahead and get your paper out and your pencil. Are you going to get your paper out and get your pencil out? Okay. Okay, we're doing math right now. Okay, just continue, girls. Go ahead. Emily, you have to come out from under the table, honey.
I hate you.
Come on, why don't you come out and you can sit on your chair?
You know what? You're fat and ugly.
Emily, that's not a very nice thing to say.
Get away from me.
Come on. Come out from under the table. Why don't you come over here? Look, we can sit in this nice chair over here.
In this scenario, Emily was displaying oppositional behavior. The signs of oppositional behavior include being easily annoyed, irritating others on purpose, being consistently non-compliant, having difficulty taking responsibilities for their action, a tendency to break rules, or difficulty with peers. Some of the motivations for this behavior include that the student is seeking attention, even negative attention, or seeking to escape a task or activity, or seeking some kind of tangible motivation. The strategies for addressing this oppositional behavior include beginning with the ABC plan and then moving to ones that are more specific to this behavior, such as encouraging choice. So instead of start your math, say, do you want to do your math with pen or with pencil? Use humor. When a student says something oppositional, such as, I'm not going to art, the student replies with, don't make me carry you to art class, I'm too old. Keeping track of patterns that occur before the emotional outburst will also give the teacher insight. And related to that, keeping a list of warning signs and looking for a chance to give them positive attention. Let's see what it looks like when the teacher uses some of these strategies.
Good morning, Emily. How are you today?
Not very good.
Did you have a bad morning?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to take a minute and go brush your hair and wipe your face off a little bit and just take your time and calm down? Okay, why don't you go do that and then you can come back and get started on your work.
Okay.
Okay? Okay, go ahead.
Hey, Jack, you want to come play tag with us? Okay.
Jack's behavior is an example of a student with withdrawn behavior. The signs of withdrawn behavior include an I don't care mentality, the student being shut down and withdrawn, or a student displaying depression. The strategies for dealing with these students include starting with the ABC plan, providing a safe environment for the student, building relationships with that student, looking for special activities that they could join you in, providing strategic leadership opportunities to build self-esteem. This could be a class job or helping a struggling student in a lower grade. Using social maps to guide through activities. This helps with their withdrawn social nature. On a high school level, this could be done through an app on a mobile device. When a student is feeling frustrated or overwhelmed, they use the app to find suggestions on how to react to their situation. In the next clip, the teacher is going to help the student set up a social map to plan out what activities they like to play, who they can play with, and how to engage with someone. Now let's watch while the teacher uses a social map with Jack.
Hey Jack, here's your choice map. What would you like to do at recess today?
I want to play football.
Okay, so use your choice map to help you ask a friend.
Will you play football with me today at recess?
Sure. Oh, thanks. Have fun.
You're hot, and I don't mean the temperature.
Ew.
You two should be in one of those movies, the X-rated movies.
Oh, stop it.
Gross.
In this scenario, we are specifically addressing a student who displays sexually inappropriate behavior. The signs of this behavior include interpersonal social skills deficit, impulsiveness, and exposure to trauma. Strategies for dealing with this behavior include starting with the ABC plan, teaching the student to stop and think, carefully planning seating, and providing a supervised and structured recess or lunch. Let's see what it might look like if the teacher uses one of these strategies.
Jeremy, why don't you come sit over here at the table with these boys?
What's up?
In conclusion, the Behavior Code is an excellent resource with multiple strategies for each of these challenging behaviors. Along with the different role-play techniques, the book also provides us with resources such as this FAIR Plan implementation worksheet that gives a simple breakdown of what strategy to implement and who's designated to do that. Another great resource is the self-monitoring sheet that can be used to personalize for any student by putting in their schedule and their expected behavior. It allows both the student and the teacher to reflect on the behavior throughout the day. The book also includes examples of calming activities that could be implemented in your classroom. If any of these resources pique your interest, the Behavior Code Detectives will be happy to put them at your fingertips in a Google Doc.